Hey, welcome to Coffee with Mom and Dad. I'm Todd, Dad, and this is my wife Valerie, Mom. And hey, I want to apologize for not being on air the last couple weeks. The boys and I took a trip up to Wyoming to see my mother, and all that kind of good stuff. And if you're watching this, hi, Mom. It was a real blessing, though. I got to go up and visit with my mom, and then I swung over and got to spend a night with my daughter, and that was a real blessing too. So
Got to see your new house.
yeah, saw the new house. It was nice.
Well, they got to see your
And
new house.
anyway, so I was able to do that, but it was pretty exhausting. And I got back and was kind of feeling down and under the weather a little bit. And as you can see, I still am. But anyway, so we did a lot of that and just got back and got real busy. And now it's time to get busy with the show again and start doing some things. And so anyway, we're here on the set, and we're doing this segment today. We decided to change things up a little bit. We're doing a section that we're calling Shocking News. And what it is I don't get on the internet very much. Matter of fact, I don't get on hardly at all. One, because I'm not internet savvy or computer savvy, whatever you would call that. And two, because there's just too much on there. Just too tempting to get on there and fall into the pitfalls and traps of the internet. But anyway, so my wife, she's able to get on there and look stuff up. So this is all shocking news, but simply because she's going to be reading me a couple news clips, and we're going to be discussing them, but I have no idea what they are. They decided that I don't need to know. So
More
anyway,
fun this way.
yeah. Well, yeah. So go ahead, fire away, honey. What?
Okay. This is stuff you have heard of,
Okay.
I believe. This one. Survivors of Hurricane Matthew in Haiti put on their... Oh, you don't know about this one. You know about the hurricane.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me read it. Put on their Sunday finest and pick their way through downed power lines to sing and praise and pray in ruined churches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I know like 400 people or something like that died.
You told me 500 people died in Haiti.
Something like that.
About 500. Let me know when you're ready for me to read the article.
Read the article. I thought that was...
No, that's just the headline. Milan, the company that makes... No, that's a different one. Oh, so do I need to click the link below?
No, that's all.
Okay. It's not really an article. It's okay.
So that was
it. Okay.
So now
that's really cool.
What was the news though?
Survivors of Hurricane Matthew in Haiti put on their Sunday finest and picked their way through the downed power lines to sing, praise, and pray in ruined churches.
Let me know about the links in the links in the description.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, there are links in the description where you can look these up yourself. Yeah. That Todd will be putting on. So
they're on right now.
That's great. Now. We've been talking about seeking the Lord, and you talk about some awesome news because these guys, they're seeking the Lord even after a tragedy. They're out there seeking God and putting on their Sunday finest on going to seek the Lord. That's
so sweet.
That is sweet.
I know that it's easy to trust God and follow God when things are going really well, but I find my strength, I cling closer to God when things are rough, when I go and spend time with friends or family that aren't Christian, or that, just are Christian but don't understand a close walk with God. And they think I'm some kind of religious nut because
you are.
Do things. Not as much as you. I wish I was. And I'm thinking, hey, you should see this one. And and I love watching his faith. And when I'm away, I cling to him so much tighter because it's the only bit of sanity I have, the only thing that makes sense that ever has. And one of the things that I always thought was interesting, this is the mark of of real Christians, of real Christianity. And one of the things I always thought was interesting was in the book of Revelation, it shows that when the world, in tribulation, when the world comes to an end, there will be great ecological disasters. And it will be by the hand of God. It's nothing we're going to be able to stop.
Yeah.
It will be by the hand of God. And the things like this happened in the past to wake people up and to bring them back to him. But in the book of Revelation, those who have turned against him, this will not wake them up.
Yeah.
And they simply get angrier with him.
More bitter.
Instead of clinging to him, instead of waking up and going and getting right with God.
I was telling the guys in Sunday school class, you know, when I was a kid, we went out boating on, I think it was Seminole Lake, and this real bad windstorm come up.
We talking about that
and
earlier.
These waves, they were like 6 feet high. We had this boat that was maybe 8 feet long, a little trolling motor on it, you know. And we were out there in the middle of the lake, and this storm just come up out of nowhere. We didn't see it coming. And the boat is doing this number, you know, up these waves and down and, you know. And I was telling him, I said, you know, if I'd been halfway in the boat when that thing started, I would have been out of the boat.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're halfway in the boat of Christianity, you're not all the way in.
No.
When trouble starts, you're going to be completely out of the boat.
One of the things
because it's going to knock you out.
One of the things that people do to find peace, I had somebody on my Facebook put on there, I meditate and do all, you know, and it was like this list of occult practices, like meditate, do this, this, and this, and yet I still want to strangle people or something like that. I can't remember word for word, but, you know, it's got like this, you know, going to occult practices to bring yourself peace is, you're wasting your time.
I meditate and chant, and
Todd
still wants to strangle me.
You know.
Hey, what's our next piece of news?
Okay.
What's our next one?
Okay. Malan, M-A-Y-L-A-N, the company that makes EpiPens will be paying a multi-million-dollar fine. Earl, you should listen to this one. We've been talking about this issue. Malan recently faced criticism when they raised their prices of EpiPen from $100 to $600 over a 7-year period. I mentioned my son. I mean, his son has some allergies and that he deals with. Come on, read the article. It's just gone up so high. I am. They have not admitted, big boy. They have not admitted to any wrongdoing, but will pay up to $465 million fine over allegations that the company has been overcharging Medicaid for the drug. Drug makers are required by law to pay rebates for sales to patients insured by Medicaid, which is funded by both the states and the federal government under the Medicaid drug rebate program. Companies pay less money if the drug is classified as generic. It was recently discovered that Malan it looks like it's typed wrong. It says Malan Way paying the lower generic rate to Medicaid for its name brand EpiPen. Let me read that again.
It was recently,
but they put Way.
Okay.
It was recently discovered that Malan paying the lower generic rate. Yeah, it might be supposed to be say waived rate to the Medicaid for its name brand EpiPen. The generic classification allowed Malan to pay a small. Okay, there we go. To pay a smaller rebate on EpiPen sales to the Medicaid programs. As a result, Malan will pay $465 million fine to the Department of Justice to resolve the questions that have been raised about the classification of EpiPen auto-injectors.
So let me get this straight. The company, whatever company this is,
Malan.
In the last 7 years, they've spiked the price of an EpiPen 700%.
It went from $100 to $600
because everybody has to get on insurance.
Yeah.
So they figured it was a cash cow.
Yeah.
And they were going to get paid.
And they were overcharging Medicaid because Medicaid's a government organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they jacked it up. And if I understand this correctly, and you know, let us know on the comments below if I understand this wrong. But it sounds like, because like I get and I'm not on Medicaid, but generic brands are cheaper, and so I pay cash for my diabetic pills. But because I buy generic from Walmart, I get them for like 3 months for $10, except for that one pill.
You mean you're not getting a piece of the socialist pie?
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on.
Oh, hey, you know, you have enough American Indian in you. You can get on Indian benefits, but you won't. So, let's see. So, kind of how that thing goes.
Yeah, I say I look like an Indian, don't I?
Sometimes you do. You have a red cast to your skin anyway.
Oh, please.
You do. You do. I have more of the.
Anyway. All right.
Here's the thing. It's supposed to be cheaper because it's generic, and somehow I'm not exactly sure from the wording on how they're saying it, but somehow they're selling their EpiPens, but they're charging too much for them they're supposed to be. I really understand. As a result, they will pay Mr. Justice.
All right, here's the deal.
Somehow they're using that generic discount rebate program to rip off Medicaid.
They decided that they were going to get a paycheck.
I'm honestly surprised
because
Medicaid even caught it.
Everybody was getting on the socialist teat, and they decided they were going to get paid. And all of a sudden, the socialists said, "Hey, guess what? That kind of upsets us because you're messing us up."
Yeah, they gave a smaller the generic classification. Okay. The generic classification allowed Malin to pay a smaller rebate. So they have to pay a rebate.
Right.
They have to pay a rebate on Medicaid. It was recently discovered. So, but by it being a generic classification, they paid a smaller rebate for sale. So they gave back less money. They're supposed to give back more money, and it has something to do with the generic classification. Anyway, they found themselves a loophole and made more money, and they got caught. Honestly, I'm surprised. Medicaid is famous for getting they pay less, but the doctors they see them coming.
Oh yeah, they get paid. Somebody was telling me at the job the other day, this guy's getting insurance. He's paying $700 a month for his insurance. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield, something like that.
Probably.
And
Blue Cross Blue Shield is the same.
Several $1,000 deductible. I mean, he said, if it's nothing major, I still have to pay several $1,000s. And he's like, it's not even really at this point. It's almost not worth having, unless unless I'm dying.
Aside,
and so or unless he's got cancer or something. I mean, come on, they have messed this thing up. This whole socialist takeover, and it's been coming for a while. I mean, if you think Bernie Sanders is the only socialist in Washington, you got rocks in your head. This socialist takeover of our government started way before Barack Obama. Okay, way before Barack Obama. They were there. I've read books of people claiming that we were socialist in 1976.
Well,
the bicentennial book, that was actually a bicentennial book that was claiming that we were socialist. And these guys, I mean, these big companies, they see it coming. They're like, hey, they've got this medical insurance. We're going to get paid. We're going to get paid by a, HMO or whatever they call that. We might as well mark up our prices. Doctors everywhere are spiking the price of medical insurance because they know they're going to get paid.
Did you see Earl's medical bill? One of our sons had a sore throat. He had really bad, it wasn't tonsillitis. What was that?
Strep throat.
Strep throat. Really bad strep throat. I mean, I usually treat it with garlic, but the garlic was burning his throat. So he went in. They didn't even swab his throat. They didn't even take culture. He went into the emergency room because they have a doctor in the emergency room. He got the bill. It was $1,000.
$1,200.
$1,200. Now this hospital has a nice program. If you pay $20 when you go in,
this guy was telling
me you get 80% off. So
he went into the hospital.
$1,000.
Okay. He goes into the doctor, right? And he had to be out for a while. Well, he pays the bill at the doctor's office, and then all these doctors start sending him bills from all over. Turns out the only doctor that actually saw him was a doctor from Dallas that sent him a bill. All these other doctors were consultants that this doctor talked to on the computer, and he was paying each person the doctor got advice from. Literally paying these guys hundreds of dollars each because his doctor decided that he was going to get on and ask their advice, and they're like a bunch of expensive prostitutes. Wow. They started out cheap. They started, out as cheap as they possibly could to help you out or whatever. And then one day they decided that their product was more highly valued because everybody was buying. So they decided to be a little bit more stingy about it, I guess. I don't know.
How you've been saying for years that these different programs.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
All right. Well, let me just say one thing. For years, you've been telling me that these different programs that the government has are socialist programs. And that they've been doing ever since we've pretty much been alive. That they've been, little by little, they've been socialism. Yeah. And everybody basically says, oh, that's not true. You're just being paranoid. And so a while back, you're talking to a socialist when they were talking about the whole Bernie Sanders thing. And you're like, look, he's a socialist. I mean, he's openly admitted to being a socialist. And this guy said, this country's been socialist for years, a long time. And I was like,
duh.
You're like, my point proven.
This country's so socialist that you get some old timer who calls himself a conservative, and you start talking about taking away some of his socialist programs stuff, and he throws a fit. He claims to be conservative, but it's obvious he's a socialist. Move on.
Yeah, we don't even know.
Get off my hot button, because that's just going to make me more and more mad.
Woo! Let's get him going. Okay, last one. All right. Police chief says clowns terrorizing public will be arrested. No more clowning around. That's the message from Greenville law enforcement officials. Let's see. Officials sent to the clowns who have repeatedly been cited at apartment complexes across the country, addressing the instances that at a media conference Thursday. Greenville Police Chief Ken Miller said officers will arrest and charge anyone dressed up as a clown. Whoa! It's illegal, it's dangerous, it's inappropriate, it's creating community concern, and needs to stop, Miller said. Anybody dressed as a clown, that's kind of weird, okay? Police have responded to 4 clown calls since Monday, 2 of which occurred at Shenwood Crossing Apartments. Another was reported on Deloyle Avenue in Pleasant Valley Community Tuesday afternoon. The most recent sighting Wednesday night, officials responded to Park Haywood Apartments to Congaree Road after a woman reported seeing a middle-aged white man in a clown-like facial makeup and red hair standing outside the laundromat. Woman told police that the clown stared at her and she walked out but didn't speak to her or follow her.
All right. People are getting way too paranoid.
It's a clown.
Listen, if a clown comes chasing me, I'll beat him up.
It's a clown, guys. Okay. Step on his big floppy shoes and pop him. Move on. Okay.
Earl was telling me about these clowns chasing people.
Take his nose.
Stuff. I mean, if they're going to do something, that's one thing. But I'm not going to let a clown chase me.
Okay. They have been... Okay. Laramie it's at the junior high, the high school. They had a clown walk in and walk around. They didn't close the school down, but they're getting all freaked out about it. It is a little bit weird because you're not supposed to be. I know the high school down there is a security guard now. Yeah, because they're not supposed to just go in and walking around. Public school.
Yeah,
it didn't used to be like that, but yeah, I mean, just like, but going around arresting people for dressing like clowns.
I mean, it used to be when somebody dressed like a clown, it was like.
Yeah, you remember Blink? Did you ever watch Blinky's Fun Club when you were a kid?
No.
What is wrong with you?
I don't even know what Blinky's Fun Club is.
I will have to look it up. I actually saw some videos. Somebody's like, "Do you remember this? Blinky's Fun Club." It was Blinky the Clown. I loved it. They used to do that, and oh, I can't remember what the other one was. This woman with this puppet, and she'd like do the news and try to draw things.
My dad made me be a clown for a company picnic one time years ago. Back in the day, I could do a lot of acrobatic stuff, you know. But you know, I don't know. I don't know what people's thing is with this clown. And by the way, you know, if you're dressing up like a clown and chasing people around,
you got issues.
Yeah, okay, come on.
Somebody needs to hit you in the face.
Yeah, you lighten the loafers or something. Something wrong with you. Okay.
Seriously.
If you ain't getting paid, come on.
You just weird.
Yeah, you weird.
Okay, so Todd gave me permission to tell this story.
Okay.
We went. I had a friend. Her and her daughter took me and my son. Todd, our director, to a circus. Now he was, I don't even know if he was like a year and a half old, maybe a year old, and he there's animals and the farmers, and he loved it until the clowns came out. He flipped out. You remember when we were at the buffet and the guy dressed as the bee costume came around, and he scared the guy in the bee costume.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing. He liked the clowns, and he was like almost like trying to crawl over my shoulder. Oh, he went crazy. They had to take him out of there, you know. But yeah, I can understand. I mean, and his aunt, my husband's sister, has like, she loves clowns. She collects clowns. And one of my kids, I don't know which one it was telling me taking a nap at Aunt Tracy's room was the most frightening thing ever. It was Margaret with my daughter. She's like, funny. It was scary. How do you sleep when those clowns are staring at you? You know,
clowns are cool.
So I like clowns. Now porcelain dolls, I had to get over.
Clowns are cool.
They were freaky, but I'm okay with them now.
Of course, when I look at a clown, I think of you know. I mean, it's not
jokes, laughing, squirting, flowers. You know. I mean, but then we didn't watch weird clown movies. I mean,
no.
If you're scared about normal things, maybe you're watching some stuff you shouldn't be watching.
Yeah, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you know, we've been talking about seeking the Lord, and you know, we're seeking the Lord in a chaotic world. You know, the reality of this thing, you know,
they all done lost their mind.
This ship called Earth, it's chaotic. You know, you got the clowns, and about the only reasonable people you got are people in Haiti who decided that they were going to go worship God after a hurricane.
Pick through the down power lines and worship God. Okay, hang on a second. So somebody posted on Facebook. A friend of mine posted on Facebook. She didn't like my answer. She gave me the little face where it's like, but it's like this cross-dressed, this black guy. He like dresses up as an old woman and does movies.
Oh,
it's creepy. And then they're nasty movies. And so like the meme is this guy, he's like got a gun because he's supposed to be like a cop or something. I don't know. Anyway, so he's got a gun, he's got the wig on, and you know, I don't know, his glasses, makeup, whatever.
Just come on with the story.
All right, it says I'm gonna go shoot me some clowns. And some clowns will be shooting him or something like that. And I went, clown equals with wig and face and wig and makeup. He'd be shooting himself. She's like, I'm sorry. That's hilarious.
It's true. Listen, guy starts wearing long hair and makeup
and a costume,
you know, and bra and all that kind of stuff. Come on, something wrong with him. Anyway, we're seeking the Lord in a chaotic world, and the truth is, you know, like I said before, those people in Haiti, they're, from the news that you said, they seem to be the only reasonable people, the ones that come out in the wreckage and started seeking God.
Well, here's the thing: they learned right and wrong.
Yeah.
You got to get a good center right and wrong, and the only man center right and wrong is different with every person. It changes with your circumstances. You got to get some real truth under your belt, and you need to get it now, because when bad times come, it will change.
You need to get to know the author.
Get real truth.
Right. Yeah. It's not just, you know, it's not just a moralist. Oh, this is right and this is wrong. That's shaky. You need to get to know the author of right and wrong.
He's right.
And if you don't know the author of right and wrong,
if
you don't know the God of all creation, and you don't seek him out when times get tough, you're gonna fall out of the boat. That boat starts shaking, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
You know,
people say all the time that anybody's capable of murder given the right circumstances.
You know, I got some cards here I've been meditating on and talking to the Lord about, and I'll be honest with you, you know, with this series, you know, there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, you know, just things have been real tough, but you know,
it's crazy.
The Bible says, "For thus saith the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live." You know, those who seek God are folks who God will bless, and those who do not seek God are folks that God is not going to bless. You know, the rain falls on the just and the unjust. The difference is the just look at the rain and, you know, start collecting water to drink. The unjust start pouting and start cursing it and complain about it. You know, when times are tough, you can eat, you know, you got lemons, you either make lemonade or you you get sour, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that's just all there is to it, you know. And I want to encourage you folks out there, you know, as we're going through some of these news things and stuff, don't forget that we're talking about seeking God and
your lemon thing reminded me of a joke the kids used to tell. An apple a day does keep the doctor away, or might keep the doctor away. It depends on how hard you throw them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. And but it anyway, so
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
You need to decaf your coffee or something.
I just woke up. I laid down. I was feeling sick.
We have had a rough day. He has a migraine, and I cleaned the shed yesterday, and I came in. They're like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm in pain." It says, when Lee says you're back, I said, from here down, everything hurts. I said, my face is okay, and top of my head, my ears, everything else hurts.
But yeah, so I just want to encourage you all to seek the Lord. You know, we got all these topics we've been talking about, but the main theme of what we've been talking about for the last month and a half is seeking out God and drawing close to God.
Yeah, let's do what the Haitians did. Let's crawl over all the garbage. Let's go put on something nice, put a smile on face, crawl over all the garbage, and go worship God.
Amen. And you should. He is worthy. He is worthy of worship and praise.
Yes.
Yes, he is. Even in times that you might consider bad.
Yep.
He's worthy of it because he's God.
Yeah.
Hey, God bless you all.
If you only worship God when things are good, you know, then maybe you ain't worshiping him at all. Yeah.
It's true. It's very true. Need to find something in ourselves that's able to worship God when we don't see the.
If he is just our sugar daddy, we do not have anything real.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You know, when the rainbow's falling, you got to remember there's a rainbow coming. Anyway, keep seeking the Lord. Seek him early. Seek him in the morning and seek him with the word. And give him praise. He is worthy. Now we're going to let you go.
Share videos. Like them.
Subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Watch us. Okay? God bless y'all.
God bless. Have a great